zulke leuke verhaaltjes van jou. Ja. Allemaal in babytaal, hè? Hij spreekt heel goed babytaal. Ja, hij spreekt heel goed babytaal. Zo gezellig. Dat is zo gezellig, moppie. Ja. Zo gezellig. Zo gezellig, moppie. Hey everyone, this is Victor's 2-month update. And the light is a little bit bright, so I hope it doesn't disturb the video too much. And yeah, he's a little fussy, so oh Moppie, I will nurse him during the video. This is his 2-month update, and I will tell you all about how he is doing and how I am doing. And let's start with something really nice. He started to smile this month, and we both saw his first smile, Daniel and me. We were standing in the baby's room near the changing pillow. He was on the changing pillow and he smiled at us, and that was just so precious. And ever since then he kept smiling, and it has increased. So he smiles a lot now every day, and well, we just love it, of course. Now he also started to make little sounds whenever we talk to him, and that started as early as 3 weeks. But then it was still kind of rare, and now he does it a lot. When we talk to him, he seems to talk back in his little baby way. So that is just so sweet. And he had his first doctor's appointment. It's a regular checkup. And the doctor was really pleased with the way he developed, because they don't need to start making those sounds until they are 2 or 3 months. So it's really nice that he develops so well and so quickly. I made some notes on my phone for this video. So let me see what else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, his sleep. He sleeps pretty well. He wakes up twice during the night. That has not changed. Sometimes he sleeps very late, and then he only wakes up once during the night. Last night, for example, he was pretty fussy and we didn't get to sleep until 12 p.m. And then he only woke up once during the night, so that's a positive side of sleeping very late. He woke up at 3:30 and then at 7:30. Now my husband sleeps on the couch most of the time because he works 6 days a week and he really needs his rest. So we talked about it and decided that when my husband works 6 weeks, I will take care of Victor also during the nights. And I have to wake up anyway to feed him, and then I change his diaper, and then we go back to sleep. And that works out really well for us. If I'm really tired, I can sleep during the day. My husband can't, of course, because he works. And during the night when I feed Victor, he goes right back to sleep after that. There were only a few nights in which he stayed awake after feeding. And then he was awake for a few hours, so that was pretty tough, and I was pretty tired the day following. But in general, he sleeps very well. And one of you asked how we put him to sleep, and well, like I said, during the nights I nurse him back to sleep, and I also do that during the day sometimes. I almost always feed laying down, so this is an exception. And when he sleeps, I sneak out the room, and then I have some time to myself and to film a video or just well, fold laundry or whatever. And when he stays awake after I feed him, I put him in his little chair. We have a little baby chair for him, and he stays content in that little chair for about half an hour, and after that he gets fussy and tired, and then I put him in the wrap. And when I put him in the wrap and keep moving or walking, and he falls asleep pretty quickly. So when he's in the wrap, I just do some work around the house. I change the bed sheets. No, I don't change the bed sheets because that's a little bit difficult with a baby in the wrap. But I do some laundry, or I clean the kitchen, or whatever is necessary. So that works out fine. Now my husband puts him in the wrap sometimes too, and sometimes he just holds him in his arm and walks around the house to make him fall asleep. So it takes some work, but we are fine with that because we don't want him to cry himself to sleep. Of course, I know some parents do that, and no judgment if you do it that way. Everyone has to decide what works best for them. But we don't let him cry. We hold him until he falls asleep, or I nurse him. I fully breastfeed him, and we stopped giving him formula at about 3 or 4 weeks. Then my milk supply increased enough, and then we could stop giving him formula, so I was really happy about it. And breastfeeding is going really well ever since then. I did feel like the mastitis was coming back at some point, but luckily it didn't come back. And we still have thrush, so that is a bummer, because I am so done with the thrush. I really want it to go away. And we used the gentian violet for a couple of weeks, and now the gentian violet is all gone, the bottle is empty, so I switched to chamomile tea. So after a feed, I put the chamomile tea in his mouth. I wipe his mouth with the chamomile tea, and I put it on my breasts too, and I hope that makes the thrush go away. I also change my clothes a lot, because when the bacteria or the thrush gets on your clothes, it gets on your breast again and in the baby's mouth, and then it won't go away, of course. But I change my clothes a lot, and that gives me a lot of laundry, but you know, if that makes the thrush go away, I will do whatever amount of laundry I have to wash. I've gotten a few questions about losing the baby weight, and a request to make a video, an exercise video about how I lost the baby weight. And I didn't lose the baby weight. I'm happy it looks that way, but I don't really exercise that much. The only exercise I do is walk to the store when I go for groceries. And I'm pretty active during the day in the house, but I'm not working out at the moment. I always thought when I was pregnant that after I would give birth, in 6 weeks, I would start working out. I would start working out and would get really fit and healthy, but I'm just tired, and most of my time is for Victor now, and the time that I have left I have to spend on groceries and cooking and cleaning. So no, I don't work out at the moment. I do want to work out in the future, but I really don't know when that will be. I was at 56 kilos before I got pregnant, and now I'm at 60 or 61 kilos. And that is a healthy weight for me, so I don't want to lose those last kilos. Now my stomach, of course, looks different now after being pregnant. And in the first month after Victor was born, my stomach was still pretty big. And it has gotten better now. It's not flat like it used to be, but it's a little bit better. And I will insert a few clips so you can see what it looks like now. My belly button changed a lot, which I'm not really happy about, but you know, it got me this cute little boy, so everything is worth it. But it has really changed. It's bigger now and just really different from the way it was. I had my final checkup with the midwife a few weeks ago, and I was really happy to be able to talk to her, because I kept thinking about the labor and delivery, and in the few months it has kept me awake sometimes. It just had so much impact, and I really had to process everything. And I just kept thinking about it, and I had some questions and no answers for certain things that happens, because it was so much that happens, and it happened in a very short amount of time. So some things I just don't know what they were or why they were done a certain way, and it was really good to talk to her about it. And after our talk or chat or conversation, I felt so much better. And I also called the hospital to ask them a few questions, and that helped me a lot too. And those two things made me feel more, I have more peace now with how everything went. The labor, the delivery, the first month of Victor's life. And it doesn't keep me awake anymore. I still think about it sometimes, but well, I feel a little bit better about everything. Now, because I don't get very much sleep and interrupted sleep, I am tired during the day, but not as tired as I expected to be, because I'm used to the exhaustion that I felt during the pregnancy, which was really, I was extremely exhausted. But, and even before I was pregnant, I was not feeling great at all. I don't know if I talked a lot about it, but because of my food intolerances, I was dizzy and nauseous even before I was pregnant, and so tired all the time. And I do feel better now than before I was pregnant, so I'm so happy about it and really grateful. And like I said, I am tired during the day, but I can be active and productive, so I'm just really pleased with that. And because I've been feeling so much better this second month, we also had a lot more visitors, so friends and family came over to meet Victor, and we had a great time with them, and it was really fun to introduce our little man to them. We also got a lot of gifts, of course, which is great, and we are really grateful. And speaking of gifts, Shayna from SweetFamilyLife, I will link her channel down below, sent us gifts too. And Shayna, your package came at the perfect time, and I already sent her an email about this. But the package arrived at the day that I was in labor. It was in the afternoon, and the contractions had started that day at 5:30. And then it was about 4 p.m. and I was sitting on the bed and having contractions, and they were pretty intense. And then the doorbell rang and the package was delivered. So it was so much fun to open the package during or in between the contractions, not during the contractions, but in between. And it was such a nice surprise. They packed all kinds of delicious snacks and a few very sweet cards, and on one of the cards that was so thoughtful, she printed our wedding picture and put it on there. And she also bought us age milestone blocks, and you can use those for photos, and I really love them. And also she gave me this mug. It says number 1 mom, and it's really big, which I love, because the last weeks of the pregnancy I was looking for very big mugs, because I was drinking so much water, and I knew that when I was going to breastfeed I would need to drink a lot too, so I was looking for very big mugs. But I really couldn't find very nice big mugs with a nice print or whatever. So I'm really grateful for this mug, and I really love it. Yeah, I just love it. I've used it so much already. So Shayna, thanks again so much for your package, and of course thank you to George and the kids. Now if you want to check out their channel, please do. The link is in the info box down below. And yeah, I'm really happy with your package, Shayna. It was such a nice surprise to have a package all the way from America, and I just loved it. The timing could not have been more perfect because it was really encouraging. I wasn't feeling that great, of course, with the contractions, and it was just really encouraging and nice to read the sweet cards and open the gifts, and we took these snacks with us to the hospital. This was all the news that I have about Victor's second month of life. He fell asleep. I will try to put him in bed. But if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you, and then I will see you in my next video. Bye!